Let's talk about the Israeli occupation of Lebanon. So, for that, we'll need to go into a little bit of Lebanese history. So, in 1982, Israel invaded Lebanon, which basically was a huge and I mean mostly devastating point in Lebanese history. It was sad. So basically, Israel occupied Lebanon for 18 years, and throughout these 18 years, it was a really hard time for the Lebanese people. Well, this was one of the many conflicts that Israel got into with its Arab neighbors. These conflicts are always characterized by how bloody they are and how Israel does most of the damage in these wars. Even before the Israeli occupation, Lebanon was struggling financially because of its civil war that included Shias and Sunnis among Muslims and the Christians as well, all fighting each other. Here is video footage from that civil war that happened before the Israeli occupation.
1970s, a political and armed movement fighting for Shia rights had cropped up. Other groups were vying for power too, including the PLO, a Palestinian group that had established itself in southern Lebanon. By 1975, they all turned on each other, and a civil war.
The Lebanese are fighting among themselves, Muslims against Christians and left against right.
The war lasted until 1990, and it was in the chaos of all the fighting that Hezbollah emerged. And this brings us to our second factor, Iran and the 1979 revolution. Iran's monarchy was overthrown and replaced by an Islamic republic led by Shia cleric Ruhollah Khomeini. The revolution established Iran as the dominant Shia power in the region.
Khomeini saw himself and saw the revolution as something that goes beyond Iran. He saw this as more of a pan-Islamic revolution that goes even beyond the Shia community.
So Iran wanted to spread its ideology and influence, and everything going on in Lebanon provided an opportunity for that, especially after 1982, when Israel invaded Lebanon. And this is the third factor that explains Hezbollah's rise. Now, Israel said it was going after the PLO. Remember, that's the Palestinian group that was based in southern Lebanon, and it had been attacking Israel from there.
Tanks roll into southern Lebanon. The Israelis said they had one goal: to root out once and for all Palestinian bases across the border from their northern settlements.
So Israel basically took advantage of the fact that Lebanon was going through bad times, and Israel invaded Lebanon, and Iran was basically helping Lebanon and trying to exert its influence. That is why Iran has backed Hezbollah to this day, and Hezbollah was basically founded as a response to all the conflict that was going on within Lebanon with the civil war and Israeli invasion. All of these actually strengthened the position of Hezbollah. All of these also started the all-out proxy war between Israel and Iran, which has led to the direct war today, where basically Iran launched 200 ballistic missiles at Israel, and Israel is looking to respond now, and all of that started because of this historic conflict and mess. Basically, most conflicts in the Middle East were either started by Israel or because Israel exists, that's why they happened.